Hello, hello. Can you guys hear us? Can you guys see us? Give us a GM in the chat if you guys can hear and see us. Oh, answer is nice. Very cool. नहीं पढ़ लेंगे तो. All right. Let's wait for a few more people to join. How's everyone doing today? Big day today. तुम कट रहे हो थोड़ा इधर. Perfect. All right. भाई लेट हो रहा है लग रहा है. All right, there we go. थोड़ा सा हो सकता है. Perfect. Cool. So hopefully you guys can see us. Let me give a TLDR. So Satyam joined cohort 3. I will take zero credit here if I'm being honest, because Satyam joined cohort 3, which is like very beginning at the moment. कुछ पढ़ा नहीं है जैसे नौकरी लगेगी. Satyam joined cohort 3 around 2 months ago. You should see his GitHub though, and you know how active it became after that. Very easy to, you know, and someone tweeted this, तो मेरा भी ये thought था कि someone tweeted कि यार ये तो the ROI on this is really high, the effort to outcome ratio was really high, and that is true because the bar is so low कि मतलब इतना भी नहीं करते हैं लोग, because he joined and you know without any वो, if you look at all the contributions, I think कितने मारे हैं CMS में?
Almost like total contribution 3 week में 15 करे थे.
15 contributions to CMS, and he joined SUPER-30 also, and वहाँ पे भी आते ही the project he picked was कि मैं CMS की mobile app बनाऊंगा. If you look at our GitHub, you'll see कि you know he was leading that. He was one of the motivations for my latest video कि यार React Native में scope तो है. I talked to him. For those of you who don't know, he's also interviewing at Zepto, and you know तो मुझे दिख तो कहता है कि Zepto is hiring, और you know companies are hiring. I talked to a friend also कि हाँ Flutter React Native में harder to find engineers because you know everyone can make a website, not a lot of people can make mobile apps. तो long story short, you know, even before my latest video that you'll see on React Native, I talked to him and कि भाई सब सही है ना, इसमें कुछ बताओ, तुम ऐसे बनाते हो ना अपनी कंपनी में भी. He was working here only in Noida at an 8 LPA job. Is that right? On site?
Yeah.
Okay. Mostly on site. Hybrid मान लो मतलब. And today, बस randomly what happened, one of my friends who has a company now in Dubai, I did not know he's hiring. I was scrolling LinkedIn randomly, so I saw कि hiring React Native developer. Within 10 minutes, I talked to him. He said connect कर दो. Within 10 minutes, these guys talked. He asked me comp सब हुआ, and then done. Good to go. Offer is 30 LPA cash and some equity, जिसकी हम चलो बात नहीं करेंगे, which is pretty high, and you know if the company does well, which I'm pretty sure it will be worth a lot. If it doesn't do well, then it will be worth zero. तो कैश की बात करते हैं. 30 LPA cash, around 2.5 lakhs per month, remote from Delhi. इसको छोड़ के कोई भी सवाल हो, preferably about his journey, how did he learn, because he's great or decent, I don't know. I mean, I think he's pretty good at React Native, and you know, interview happened in 10 minutes, so I would assume he's really good. That's a brief. तुम बताओ भाई अपनी introduction दे दो अब.
Okay. So I've been working React Native में around for 3 years, close to 3 years. So I've learned everything on the job, जो भी मैंने सीखा. So I've built multiple projects on React Native job में, and major highlight was a project which did really well. It's similar to 𝗠𝘁𝗲𝗏𝗀𝗀. I won't like to name it abhi. So it did pretty well, and it had like good 9+ million downloads and all. So pretty much that's where I learned to code in React Native. And ऐसे जैसे भैया ने बताया अभी कि मतलब कोहोर्ट 3 ज्वाइन करने के बाद ही मतलब मैंने ओपन सोर्स की तरफ देखना भी शुरू करा, और उसके मतलब पूरा मैंने देखा कि मतलब हम वो कर सकते हैं, व्हाट डू से कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं, और मतलब मेरे को देखा कि काफ़ी कुछ सीख सकते हैं. इनिशियल थॉट वाज टू ज्वाइन कोहोर्ट 3 की मेरे को बैकएंड सीखना है और फुल स्टैक डेवलप करना है, बट कोइंसिडेंटली इनफ मतलब मेरे को काफ़ी अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ मिलने लगी. आप इनिशियली वही आपने मेरे को वो ऑफर करा कि CMS मोबाइल बना सकते हैं, तो वो हुआ. देन मैं काफ़ी कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहा था, तो आई गॉट नोटिस बाय सरगम. ही रेफर्ड मी टू यू कि मतलब ही इज़ डूइंग ग्रेट. तो ही आज मेरे सामने से कि मतलब वुड यू लाइक टू जॉइन SUPER-30 और डिड यू गेट कॉन्टैक्टेड. तो मेरे पास कोई कॉन्टैक्ट नहीं है, मैंने फॉर्म फिल करा था बट मेरे पास कुछ नहीं आ रहा. तो देन सरगम लाइक रेफर्ड इट टू यू एंड यू इमीडिएटली सेट, मतलब ही शोड यू द कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन दैट आई डिड. तो पोस्ट दैट यू सेट कि हाँ लेट्स टेक हिम इन. तो वहाँ पे भी वी आर ऑल्सो वर्किंग ऑन अ प्रोजेक्ट. तो वहाँ पे भी आई एम ऑल्सो लर्निंग अबाउट क्लाउड वगैरह कि क्लाउड में कैसी चीज़ें चलती हैं. तो यही हुआ है लाइक पिछले 1 महीने से मतलब आई बीन हैविंग स्लीपलेस नाइट. मतलब महीने के बाद मैंने कल एक ट्वीट करा था पूरे महीने का कि मतलब मैंने कितना काम करा है. तो इट वॉज लाइक ऐसे किसी दिन स्क्रीन टाइम इट वॉज लाइक 18 hours 20 hours, इवन 3-4 दिन इट वॉज 24 hours.
24
hours screen times. So it was there like 1 महीने से I've been working like crazy, I would say. So I think it's paid off a little. Yeah.
Alright. So किसी ने पूछा है कि what's your age or years of experience?
Yeah. So I have 3 years of experience. मतलब considering internship plus full time.
But when did you graduate?
I graduated in 2022.
2022 graduate. Got it. Makes sense. And let's see if people have more question. I think one big one was कि Flutter versus React Native.
Right. Honestly, I haven't worked on React Native, तो मतलब उसके बारे में I haven't explored much. But
Flutter you mean?
Yeah, Flutter. Sorry, Flutter. So I've mostly worked on React Native only. So that's about it.
How much? This is a Web3 company. So how much Web3 do you know? I saw some things you did. You won the bounty in Solana mini hackathon. So how much Web3 do you know?
Okay. So I have been onto the what do you say? Consumer side of Web3. I was there. I was investing in dApps per se, decentralized finance app projects like that, where you stake your money and you get yield out of it.
Right.
So I have the knowledge of how this space works, but I haven't been on the side of ki how does it get, like I haven't been on the side of producer कि मतलब कैसे develop होता है and all. So but again cohort 3 में मतलब you have also been teaching us about Web3, तो वहाँ से मतलब exposure है थोड़ा बहुत कि मतलब हाँ कैसे चीज़ें मतलब build होती है. तो what do you say, जो hackathon का था उसका भी ऐसी था, मतलब it was supposed to be 3rd August से 31st August, but it was an afterthought कि मतलब I should participate, let's see मतलब कुछ होता है तो होता है. तो कि वो भी तब when you extended the dates कि 2 तारीख को extend हो रहा है, like 2 दिन के लिए extend हो रहे हैं. तो I messaged a friend of mine. He have also done like briefly कि contracts वगैरह लिखते हैं. So his name is Rishabh. So I messaged him like रात को 12 बजे के आसपास. मैंने बोला कि एक दिन का टाइम है, we'll have to sprint through it and we'll have to build something. And also मेरे को like space का idea था, and also we have given some points कि मतलब क्या क्या projects बना सकते हैं. तो उसमें there was a point of NFT और also showcase project करके एक channel है Discord पे जहाँ पे लोग अपना बना के कुछ ना कुछ डाल ही रहते हैं. तो वहाँ पे भी मैंने देखा कि मतलब NFT की तरफ कोई ज़्यादा जा नहीं रहा था. तो मेरे को देखा कि वहाँ पे ग्रे एरिया है थोड़ा सा, अदरवाइज सारा कुछ ही क्राउडेड था. तो हमने सोचा इसके थ्रू कुछ बनाते हैं. तो इनिशियली वी प्लान की NFT हम वो कर सकते हैं, फ्रैक्शनलाइज कर सकते हैं. मतलब एक चीज़ होता है कि आप अपने NFT को फ्रैक्शनलाइज करके मतलब आगे डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हो. बट हमें देखा कि उसका कॉन्ट्रैक्ट वुड बी टू मच लिखने के लिए, एंड वी ऑल्सो डिडंट हैड एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ इट. तो वी केम इन टू दिस पॉइंट कि हम रेंट वाला सिस्टम डाल सकते हैं कि वी कैन rent our NFT and earn some yield out of it.
Yeah.
So
that was a project.
So yeah, so that was a project. और ये इसीलिए था कि मतलब क्योंकि I have like exposure consumer side वाला.
Got it.
तो I have some projects invested जहाँ पे मतलब मैंने yield में डाल भी रखा है कुछ NFT. तो वो exposure था NFT का.
And what about a roadmap for React Native? तुमने कहाँ से पढ़ा?
मैंने स्पेशली तो कुछ नहीं पढ़ा, मैंने ऑन गो ही करा है सब कुछ. जॉब में जैसे जैसे चीज़ें आती थी और जैसे जैसे मतलब टास्क आता था मैं उसके बारे में पढ़ता था और वैसे ही मतलब इम्प्लीमेंट करता था. लाइक ऐसे स्ट्रक्चर्ड आई बिलीव, मतलब मैं कुछ ऐसे स्ट्रक्चर्ड फॉलो नहीं करता. मैं हैंड्स ऑन प्रैक्टिस करने में मतलब ज़्यादा वो फोकस करता हूँ, मतलब हैंड्स ऑन करके मतलब ज़्यादा.
कॉलेज एंड डिग्री?
कॉलेज आई वॉज इन IPU GIMS and like I'm a computer science graduate in BTech. Got it.
Great. That's a brief, and let me try to show you guys his GitHub as well, and you know how much he started to contribute. Hello mic testing. All right, that is working, and screen को थोड़ा छोटा करेंगे. Just 1 second guys, setting things up here. Video capture device, there we go. I'm good. All right, let's look at his GitHub. I think that's the easiest point for you to follow along what kind of contributions he was making, and you know, very easy to judge what all a person knows. So fairly empty, like completely empty until
start of the code. Yes.
And then I would assume most of these are code 100x. And I think this is the one that I wanted to show everyone. कि मतलब इससे आपको idea लग जाएगा. You know, how difficult do you think it is for someone who knows React to build this?
It's fairly easy. मतलब if you know React, the only difference is कि there you use div and all for tags. यहाँ पे you'll have to use native elements which are text, view. So for div we have view in React Native, and for text we write paragraph in web, and you'll have to use text here in React Native. Apart from that, challenges वहाँ पे आते हैं कि where you have to integrate external libraries into your projects. So major challenges वहाँ पे आता है. Otherwise, to transition from web to mobile, it's pretty easy if you know React from end to end.
Got it. Makes sense. What else? Let's see what people are asking. Any specific questions related or you want to ask? Feel free. Someone asked the role. I think it's a React native developer only.
Yes.
Okay. DSA करा था साथ में या पूछा था?
इंटरव्यू में जैसे मतलब आपने बताया, इंटरव्यू वाज नथिंग लाइक ही आस्क्ड कि मतलब क्या एक्सपीरियंस है, क्या कर रहे हो लाइफ में अभी, थिंग्स लाइक दैट. इट वाज प्रीटी मच यही था कि मतलब क्या कर रहे हो. तो मैंने उनको सब कुछ बताया जो भी हमने यहाँ पे डिस्कस किया. मैंने वो सारा कुछ भी बताया था कि ये चीज़ें चल रही है लास्ट 1 महीने से. तो ही वाज लाइक प्रीटी हैप्पी अबाउट इट.
Is experience mandatory? So long story short, how many years of experience has is not, but you know आपको कितनी coding आती है, that is mandatory. Now he learned on the job, so for him it was mandatory. If you can learn the same things without a job, without a degree, whatever, you know, that wasn't asked during the interview कि हाँ कौन से college से हो या ऐसा कुछ. So you know, fairly straightforward, pretty actionable interview. Are you a full stack developer also?
I won't coin myself that, but I have contributed something like related to backend in CMS. मतलब I'm learning on the go. मतलब मैं backend भी issues जो आ रहे हैं ना like CMS में भी मैं उस पे contribute करके ही सीख रहा हूँ अभी भी like backend और also from the code. Yeah.
Got it. Any resource you use to learn React Native या sub docs and job and docs and job?
Docs, jobs. That's about no particular resource, and I think there's no particular like roadmap to follow. You have to like get in there, get your hand dirty, and that's how you learn. I think. Yeah.
Got it. Someone asked, design skills matter? I don't think at least for this role it did. For some roles it does. They do, or you know, it's just an extra ad. कि चलो 2 लोग हैं तो the design वाला they will choose. Someone said not getting any response from a company, what to do? तो यार long story short इसमें ये है कि people want to hire, but वो LinkedIn पे डालते हैं तो भर जाता है. Yesterday also, you know, there were 400 projects I was looking through to review for one of our hackathons. Then we created a review doc. उस पर भी लोगों ने कुछ भी डाल रखा है, मतलब अपने पोर्टफोलियो डाल रखे हैं. तो you know it just becomes very irritating. I was talking to someone from another company and he said कि हम डालते हैं 200 applications एकदम से आ जाती हैं. तो we are hiring heavily via referrals. हम Slack पे डाल देते हैं कि ये बंदा मेरा known है, इसका एक बार इंटरव्यू कर लो तो हो जाता है. तो either you will have to find a referral, but finding a referral isn't enough. No, if you know well और तुम्हें वो चीज़ अच्छे से आती है, then a referral will help you, you know, stand out from the crowd because no engineer has the time to sift through thousands of projects. It's very irritating and very long process. तो अब वो मतलब है कि भाई एक बार आपकी skills आ गई उसके बाद भी अगर नहीं मिल रहा है, that probably means कि you know you will need a referral or something. But I think if you have the right skills, you know, filter out करना इतना मुश्किल भी नहीं है companies के लिए. All right, my salary is 9 LPA after 3 years of experience in front end. What can I do? Do you have any advice?
Yeah, like there's this quote that I've been following. You said one day, like you randomly tweeted it, put your head down and work, and
Yeah.
I've been following that.
I agree. ऐसा थोड़ी है कि भाई अब एक दिन में उसकी skills change थोड़ी हो गई हैं.
Yes.
It's not, but someone values those skills at 8 LPA, someone else values those skills at 30 LPA. So, you know, that is just you finding the right company. The worst engineers sometimes make a lot of money, good engineers don't make money. तो बस ये होता है कि हाँ, how do you get connected? If you are good, the good thing is at some point you'll, you know, get there as long as you're upskilling yourself. Mobile dev में हो जाएगी क्या? I don't know what that means. Any question you like over here, sir?
There's too much.
Is it easy to shift from web to app development? I think, you know, web React अगर आता है तो React Native is very easy. React Native आ गया तो Flutter is very easy. Flutter आ गया तो you can do native app development as well. If you know web, then this is the path I would follow. What would you rate yourself in coding from 1 to 100?
I'm still a 1, like going
Perfect.
there for 100x. Yeah.
Perfect. I think that's I agree. कि मतलब you're always learning and you know भाई सबको मतलब सेम ही आता है. In the end you have to code. तो you know it's just अगर आपको ज़्यादा डेप्थ में आता हो तो you know interviewer will know like this कि आपको ज़्यादा आता है. But no one's at 100 I think unless you're writing like frameworks and languages. Everyone else is just learning. What cam are you using? This is the standard webcam of MacBook. Okay. How many hours do you code, let's say, before this grind period started?
Before this grind, I was like normally living like I was just doing my job, like and nothing apart from that. I was not dedicating any time in like self-learning and all. It just started like right after the code. I went for a trip. It like everything changed past that. Like I went in like early August, not August, right after the code started, around 7th or 8th. The code started on 3rd of August. I went, I guess, around 7th or 8th. Post that, it's been a like 360-degree flip. Like I've not 360, 180-degree flip, and I've been a different person now. Like I've been learning like a madman.
Right. So in this grind period, you said 20 hours, 16 hours was normal.
Normal, yeah.
That's crazy.
I'll show you like afterwards. My
Yeah.
screen time.
Yeah. Love to see it. Someone said motivation कहाँ से आती है?
Like, it's like how desperate you are to get out of a situation you are stuck in. Like I was stuck in, like मैंने last year भी सोचा था कि मतलब I need to switch. I have been stuck and I have not been learning much. I have been doing same thing which I have been doing like past year. और इस साल में मतलब मैं same चीज़ें ही कर रहा हूँ. तो मतलब I have not been learning. Like I was not evolving. So evolve, like motivation is वही कि मतलब you have to evolve. You have to get out of it. I was comfortable, if I can point that. So I wanted to get out of my comfort zone.
Got it. Yeah. Makes sense. How did you gain consistency in GitHub after joining cohort 3?
Sheer motivation and the community that you get. Like the people in the cohort is like really amazing. You get to learn a lot from them, and also like they're highly motivated. Like everyone is highly motivated, and literally the community is like very good. Like it's a must if you want to join or you're looking to join something. Like it's the platform that it provides and the community. Like the community is like very good. I have like connected to so many folks out in the Discord, and like they're all really helpful. They'll not judge you कि ये नहीं पता and all. They'll help you छोटे doubts के लिए भी, और मतलब they are very like helpful. मतलब leads भी बताएंगे कि अगर यहाँ पे let's say कहीं पे opening है और let's say कहीं पे hackathon आ रहा है, तो सब कुछ like they are like very helpful, the community.
Makes sense. Someone said getting 100% hike in just 3 months, isn't it sus? To begin with, it's 3.5x, like 350% hike, and taxes मिला के it's probably 400% because it's a remote job. And it could sound sus, but as I said, some companies value a skill at a certain number. It's a lot of times it's about, as he said, getting out of your comfort zone. He could have had the same skills and still be an 8. He was interviewing at Zepto. वहाँ पे he could have gotten a 20-25. I think वही है ना Zepto भी तुम्हारा. तो Zepto भी almost done ही है. So that also gives you some leverage. 4 rounds of interview. Someone also asked कि हाँ वैसे Zepto में क्या था, तो can you tell? Zepto is hiring pretty aggressively, by the way.
Yeah. They also asked me for referral if you want to refer someone. So if you are looking to.
Yeah. If you want a referral in Zepto, just let him know.
So Zepto was first round was around JavaScript and React Native, which was like basic question, promises, polyfills and stuff like that. And React Native my questions were like around architecture level ki matlab how does React Native works, and what do you say, like React Native mein how do you do optimization and all, which was also a question from the founder which I got interviewed early this evening. So things around that in the first round of the interview in Zepto. In the second round it was machine coding. There was a question and there was a feature that I had to implement. So it was purely machine coding round where you have to code for like 1 hour. He'll give you time to code for 1 hour, and after that half an hour I was there to discuss what all I coded and what was the thought process like, and how do you structure your code well. Even I was allowed to Google in that interview. I could have used Google. Even my SUPER-30 was like enabled. So I forgot to disable it, but the interview was like pretty chill. He said ki you can keep it on. I just want to see ki matlab how do you structure your code and how do you write it. But again I said ki matlab it won't be fair because I have a premium pro version of SUPER-30. So the interview would have gotten over in like 10 minutes. So I said him ki it won't be fair. So I turned it off and then I coded the feature. So that was round 2. Round 3 was hiring manager round. So hiring manager was totally based on previous experiences, based on my resume, and again something related to architect. It was a candid discussion on like how React Native works, like what have you done, what are your plans and all. So it was 60% technical and 40% was like behavioral questions and all. And post that I had HR round, that was cultural fit. So it was all done. I was waiting for. They delayed it by a day, and fortunately enough आज ये होया. Otherwise ये नहीं होता तो I would have gotten an offer letter by this weekend. Zepto said we. So that was the leverage that we also took in this interview process.
Right. Yeah. I mean, so in long story short, how hard is it to create a mobile app like this? If you learned it in 2 years, if you keep your head down, you can do it in 6 months also. Of course, it's much easier to learn at a job because it's a task that's assigned to you. But वो ये जो बंदा motivation खींच जाएगा will be able to build such projects, and then at some point you get referred or you get a job yourself. One more thing I wanted to say was this is a very good sign if someone turns off AI during an interview. So recently SUPER-30 में I'll just give a TLDR कि we did another round of interviews कि 2 हफ्ते बाद कौन मेहनत कर रहा है देखते हैं. So one such interview was that person only. He was like, I was like, can you? Okay, he built something very big. So I was like, oh, very cool. Can you? But I could tell, I don't know if he knows things. So I asked, can you code from scratch for me? Just create a simple Express server. He wasn't able to. उसमें भी he turned on AI. I said, turn off AI. जितना Google करना है कर लो. You can Google as much as you want, but don't turn on AI. Try to do this. He wasn't able to create just like an HTTP server in Express. So a lot of times you feel like you know a lot or you've built that project, but if you can't code it from scratch by Googling it without pressing tabs, then that's sort of a red flag. Cool. We'll take some more questions, then we'll go from there. Any questions related to any alpha you want from him? As you can tell, mobile app mein, there are jobs. He said Zepto is hiring. He wasn't able to get, so there's of course one slot, if not more. So if you know React, it's very easy to learn React Native. And then even when he was about to interview for React Native during a live cohort, तुम ही थे ना जिसने पूछा था कि what should I prepare for the interview?
Yeah, you said about architecture and all.
Yeah, I told कि भाई, well, as an interviewer, anyone can write React Native code, but who understands how does that get converted to native is the person who will, or that's probably something they'll ask. So that's ended up happening. तो अगर तुम यही कर रहे हो, तो make sure कि हाँ you know what is happening under the hood. कि ये नहीं कि हाँ मतलब you can create this application but you don't know how it's getting converted to native. All right. Let's see if there are a few more questions. Did Zepto ask DSA?
No.
Oh, wow.
Straight up.
I'm surprised. They did not.
They had like a similar question to it. Like, I had read interviews, past interviews. So usme the most they ask is to flatten an array or flatten an object. That's all. They don't ask like apart from this. If you are interviewing for a React Native developer, not for like SD, it was SEE1, like software engineer 1 or software engineer 2 in React Native. So if you are interviewing for that, they won't ask you like DSA.
Perfect. React Native or Expo?
So I haven't like done much of Expo. I have all like most of the apps that I've built are on bare React Native, but this CMS mobile is also built on it's in bare React Native, but it has some components of Expo as well. So yeah.
React Native projects to work on.
Since I'll be involved in the job, I'll just make it open source, and there's a lot of features that still need to be completed. So you can like start here like in CMS mobile. Yeah.
Perfect. Cool. Any more questions, guys? Any actionable questions? Anything you want to know from him that will help you, get a job as or whatever, understand the path to get one, I guess. How do you upskill yourself with a job side by side?
Again, the numbers. I've been working like I've been getting like 3 to 4 hours of sleep for some reason. Like I don't know. It's not healthy, not recommended, but that's how.
Makes sense. I agree. Yeah, not recommended.
Yes.
But in a sprint, once in a while, doesn't really matter if you. I mean, it does matter. ठीक है भाई, pick and choose. Not official advice. All right. A lot of generic questions. So you said you didn't know much web and backend, but you did make some contributions to job board and CMS. So how were you tackling that? How were you learning those? It's very hard for someone who doesn't know backend to straight up, contribute to an open source project. So what were you doing?
Okay. Again, like I had basic idea ki how things work, and again at the end of the day, it's JavaScript. So I know like how the code is flowing, and how I contribute is I relate features. Like I relate code like which is previously written, and I reverse engineer it, like how a particular feature is working. I like go through the code and check like how the code is flowing, like basically, and I try to just replicate it. I sort of, yeah. कि अगर जैसे job board पे there was this feature we worked on that night कि we have to expose a API from CMS so that job board users can log in into it. So we already had that implemented कि we were hitting Apex का API to get the user. Correct. And job board से we also wanted to do the same. So I checked कि मतलब how we are doing it for Apex, and I just correlated it and I coded it कि backend में कैसे करना है.
A lot of pattern matching, a lot of trial and error. Yes. Got it. Very cool. All right. We'll take last 2 questions, guys. Then we'll call it. Any actionable questions? 12, 13, 2 more minutes, guys. Drop GitHub link. It's Flash 10.
Or CMS mobile, I guess.
So yeah, there you go. You'll find him here as a contributor, and this is CMS 10. Let me paste this in chat. Oh,
But it's
sorry. Alright, there you go. Alright, guys. Anything else? 2 years of experience, like after college, but he's been working for 3 years. 1 year of internship, 2 years of full time. I have. Oh, were you working full time during this 16-hour grind? He was.
yes.
He was. Oh God, someone asked how much HTML and CSS is required. Why don't you have projects on your portfolio? Someone asked.
Again, like I haven't built much projects. As I said, I was just doing my job. I was not learning on the side. It's something that I just started a month ago. So I've built 3 or 4 projects like in past months. Yeah.
Also, I think more than a project, like building a project from scratch is so easy. Contributing to an old one is the hard bit. कि किसी और का कोड समझना is much harder than कि हाँ चलो मैं अपना एक क्लोन बना लेता हूँ जो कोई यूज़ नहीं कर रहा है. तो you know, because that's where you stretch your muscles a bit. It's like, you know, going for a walk is easy, but you know, picking up weights and drastically increasing them every week is harder. So you know, everyone has projects these days. So like, but like not a lot of people can contribute to a project that's not written by them. So that's what differentiates you.
Also, like I want to mention like where it all started. You posted a task in P0 that we have in Discord code के कि you want a website similar to JEE examination वाला thing. कि you want a website like that. तो वहाँ पे it's basically where it all started. If you check my GitHub, you posted it on around 20 or something, and that's when I started like taking it very seriously. And I wanted कि मतलब मैं सबसे अच्छा बनाऊँ and it'll get merged and all. So that's where it all started. I started like grinding and मेरे को अगेन आई हैड एक्सपोजर ऑन फ्रंट एंड कि मेरे को फ्रंट एंड पता था बट मेरे को बैक एंड नहीं पता था कैसे करना है. बट दैट्स वेयर मेरा एक फ्रेंड है, ही बॉट योर कोड 2, तो मेरे पास उसका एक्सेस था कि मतलब कोड 2 के वीडियोस देख सकता हूँ मैं. नॉट रिकमेंडेड अगेन, बट दैट्स वेयर आई स्प्रिंटेड थ्रू ऑल द टॉपिक्स दैट वाज रिक्वायर्ड. जैसे लेट्स से प्रिज्मा का सेटअप करना है, 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗀 का सेटअप करना है. सो आई वेंट थ्रू ऑल दोज वीडियोज एंड आई स्प्रिंटेड थ्रू ऑल ऑफ इट एंड आई बिल्ट अ प्रोजेक्ट. वहाँ पे मतलब उसमें मतलब यू कैन मैंने रेजर पे इंटीग्रेट करा था उसमें. मेरे को आई ऑल्सो डन स्ट्राइप इंटीग्रेशन इन ऑन द पास्ट में, बट मेरे को बैक एंड का आइडिया नहीं था कि लाइक हाउ बैक एंड वर्क्स इंटीग्रेशन वाले पार्ट में. आई न्यू द फ्रंट एंड बट आई डेंट न्यू द बैक एंड ऑफ इट. बट दैट वॉज अ प्रोजेक्ट वेर आई न्यू कि हाँ ऐसे बैक एंड में काम करता है, ऐसे वेब बुक को कॉल करना होता है कि वो वेरीफाई करता है पेमेंट एंड ऑल. तो दैट्स वेर आई लर्न अ लॉट. मतलब वहाँ पे मैंने प्रिज्मा सीखा, वहाँ पे मतलब कैसे डीबी सेटअप करते हैं, स्कीमा बनाते हैं, एवरीथिंग लाइक दैट. मतलब वहाँ पे मतलब सब कुछ जस्ट ये आई एम मेंशनिंग दिस जस्ट बिकॉज कि दिस इज़ अ प्रोजेक्ट विच आई बिल्ड फ्रॉम स्क्रैच, बट इट वॉज समथिंग विच वॉज लाइक ग्रे एरिया फॉर मी. आई डेंट न्यू कि हाउ कैसे करना है और नहीं करना है. बट देन आई स्प्रिंटेड थ्रू टॉपिक्स की मतलब विच वॉज रिक्वायर्ड टू बिल्ड इट and I built it from scratch. It was not much. Eventually someone else completed it first. But again, I learned a lot. I learned a hell lot from this project. So that was something I wanted to mention.
Got it. Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. Someone asked, is this full time in Dubai? I think it's completely remote, but you'll have to fly to Dubai from time to time.
That I'm not aware of.
Okay. So it's completely remote then. All right. Cool guys. I think that is it. Motivation भाई अंदर से आएगी. मतलब एक वीडियो में तुम आज मोटिवेशन रख लोगे, कल भूल जाओगे. तो you know, as why was he motivated? He also won like $100 of bounty. That's it for like so much work he was doing. So you know, life is unfair, and you know sometimes if you keep your head down and work, things work out. Sometimes they don't work out as well. I'm sure there are other contributors that are doing well as well. But specifically he as a Super-30 started. So one day, just for those 30 people I posted that I'm going live. So 4 people joined. Everyone else was, you know, whatever. It was late, so they were sleeping probably. Amongst those 4, only he was the one who stayed out until the end, until 4 a.m. So you know, very easy to filter out people, or you know, if you have that motivation तो पता लग जाता है कि हाँ भाई मतलब ये बंदा कर रहा है. तो at least I was like, if worst case, so you make CMS mobile and you know we'll hook you up with a bounty there. Things worked out thankfully. तो you know he got referred. तो long story short भाई contributions करते रहो, कुछ ना कुछ तो बन ही जाएगा. Worst case में तुम सीख जाओगे. मतलब थोड़ा selflessly काम करो. All right. एक सुपर चैट आई, वो देख के फिर खत्म करते हैं. How to learn as much as you in 6 months roadmap. Just build projects ही मेरा रहेगा but.
Yeah, just build projects. Same.
मीन दैट्स इट रियली, हाथ पैर मार मार के दूसरों का कोड पढ़ पढ़ के कुछ करके प्रोजेक्ट्स बनाओ, और 6 महीने में तो 10 प्रोजेक्ट्स बनाने कोई बहुत बड़ी बात नहीं है. Build them to production. I was talking to someone yesterday. Taking a project from 0 to 90 takes the same time, or maybe 95 takes the same time for the last 5%. उसको प्रोडक्शनाइज करने में एकदम हालत ख़राब हो जाती है. तो स्पेंड टाइम देयर, हाफ हार्टेड सा बना के डालना तो बहुत ईजी है, बट द वन दैट्स डिप्लॉयड, वर्किंग, विल कीप वर्किंग परपेचुअली, इवन इफ 10,000 people join, it works. That's hard to build. So build that muscle. That will help a lot. We'll call it here, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I will see some of you here and there and on YouTube and elsewhere. And if you have any more questions for Satyam, post them in the comments. This video will be there as a live stream. So post them there. Satyam will be more than happy to answer. Any parting thoughts?
Yeah, just keep your head down and work. You'll arrive. Just keep your head down, work, and you'll arrive somewhere.
Perfect. With that, we'll call it, guys. Thank you so much for joining and have a good night.
मिल जियो जिला कहनी है, जद उठदी है जद बहनी है, तेरे सुपने ही रहने नी, अखां खुलियां सुपने लैनी है, मगर तरह दे भेजदा नहीं कोई, मेरे हल भी ते लेंदे लोई, मर जानी है नी फिर ना कहीं तू माड़ी होई, तरह दे प्यार दी दवा है नी, प्यार दी दवा कितने दिन हो गए नहीं सोई, फिर रब दी ते नींद फिर खोई, मर जानी है नी फिर ना कहीं तू माड़ी होई, तरह दे प्यार दी दवा जित कटदा जा पूरा, दिली आखू भज जा कोठियां चों, मैं दसदा हंजू नहीं रुकने, इन्हां अखियां मोटियां चों, हुण वड्डियां गल्लां मारदियां है, फिर प्यार लभेगी छोटियां चों, मेरी याद च कांबा छड़ना, निगी हुण हट जू कोटियां चों, साडे कदे भी कोई नेड़े नहीं खलोई, कदे तेरे नाल दी तो पुछी सीगी रोई, मर जानी नी फिर ना कहीं तू माड़ी होई, तरह दे प्यार दी दवा है नी, प्यार दी दवा है नी, कितने दिन हो गए नहीं सोई, फिर रब दी ते नींद फिर खोई, मर जानी नी फिर ना कहीं तू माड़ी होई, तरह दे प्यार दी दवा है नी, प्यार दी दवा है नी, कितने दिन हो गए नहीं सोई, फिर रब दी ते नींद फिर खोई, मर जानी नी फिर ना कहीं तू माड़ी होई, तरह दे प्यार दी दवा है नी, प्यार दी दवा है नी. जद देखेंगी अखियां नू तेनू चड़ियां लगणगियां, उदा सिखर दुपहरा चढ़दा हो, तेरे नैनों चड़ियां लगणगियां, तेनू तरसा मोह नहीं लैणगियां, गल्लां खरियां लगणगियां, तेनू मेरियां लैना लिखियां नी, किते पढ़ियां लगणगियां, हाय जीने दी करे तू अरज़ोई, इस तरह दा डू और ढाई कम दोई, मर जानी नी फिर ना कहीं.
Good night, guys.